Bye. You ready to go? I'm ready. Ready? Let's go.
There's just, I'm so taken aback by the fact that we've just got this little Lego thing following us around. It's Duplo too. It's not even Lego. It's really clearly not Lego. Well, I don't even think it's a matter of it being too big. I think that some of the blocks and some of the designs, I'm pretty sure, don't exist within Lego as far as I can tell.
They're
also,
pretty generic.
I mean, also the fact, obviously, that he's got parts that bend, which within Lego, the parts that he has that bend are not parts that actually bend. I think they have to like stretch the model somewhat to make it work.
Well, yeah, so it looks at least somewhat natural.
I mean, if they really wanted to, though, they could have used some of, like, the elbow joints from actual Lego.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted to put that much detail into it.
Maybe they weren't popular at the time, though.
I think also this design has been around for a while, so back in the beginning, they probably couldn't put that much detail into it, so it's grandfathered in.
Maybe. There should be a bigger version that's, like...
Oh, that would be cool.
A better version of Toy Agumon. But I don't think we're ever going to get that.
It'd be cool.
It would be cool, I agree. I think that it would be really cool, and I think that I'd really enjoy it, but I don't know if they're actually going to do it. Ever. Yeah.
Maybe someday. You'd think it would just be the obvious thing to do. Maybe get one that's got, like, Connects pieces coming out of it.
Oh, no. That would just be awful.
No, like, it could be, like, spikes or something.
You can never build good-looking stuff out of Connects, unless it's, like, a roller coaster.
I'm not saying literally made out of stuff.
Well,
like,
I know.
They're clearly just thrown together cartoon characters that are supposed to look like a thing. But it can be like, oh, well, here's some Lego, and then here's, like, Connects pieces for certain details, and they're just kind of glued on there, and then there's, like, I don't know, like, popsicle sticks for arms and a hand turkey somewhere in there. It's just, I think it would be cool. There's a lot of things they could do.
I wonder if there is a Diggle hand turkey.
That would be good. That's more like something you'd see in, like, Monster Ranchers, like, weird.
Maybe it is.
There's doodles are like they're just literally just scribbly stick figures, and that's a monster. So like that would be more their thing.
Which way did you come from the last time? Was it straight on?
I think so.
You should try going right.
That's what I'm trying, but I've got swarmed by bees.
No, I know.
Hey!
It's a new thing.
I kind of like these guys. They're like ugly cute.
They're okay.
Wow, they're way more Popeye-handed than usual.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, the like TV version on our TV, it's going to be a little bit stretched in comparison to what the viewers are going to be seeing. But yeah, I think even when that's normal, it's probably going to look Popeye as hell.
Yeah, like he's just got
like,
bigger
really
arms.
Buff, really swole, like he's been doing like lifts or something. And he's a machine, apparently.
Weird.
Isn't part of their lore that they are like meteors or something?
I don't know. I know there's a recolor that's meteors.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think I've been through this door.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we found a way forward.
Or into another treasure chest room, one or the other.
Oh god, it's another treasure chest room.
Well, I need all of the loot.
You got it all or nothing.
Let's see if that's... I'm just kind of excited for map items now, so I'm hoping that's what it is. No, it's not. This attack is either a critical hit or a miss. Okay.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. Squat!
I cannot think of a single situation in which an all or nothing would be preferable over an actual attack. Because an actual attack is like, yeah, well, you might miss, but hey! Must have been opening a chest.
Maybe. Or maybe we leveled up and I didn't notice, or something. Maybe it's received damage. Maybe. There's a million things.
Just, he looks straightforward and he's got such dead-looking eyes.
Yeah. I guess that's what happens when you're that blonde and that perfect. Oh, okay.
Alright, well that's kind of boring.
It's fine. I accept it.
Do they each get a version of that Digimon?
Maybe. That would be kind of cool.
Because so far he's got, well, he's the rival and he's got Fat Blue.
He does. It's kind of like choreographed.
But the girl had the weird neon version of him too, which I think is called Psychemon or something like that. I can't actually remember. Something like that.
So maybe Marcus has the black version?
Maybe?
So then we can get one.
Well, we did notice that Marcus and Thomas both have Gaburimon, and at least one of them is going to wind up being a recolor of it.
Probably. I'm still hoping for Sphere Grid logic where all of them connect eventually.
I'm starting to think that that's going to be very unlikely.
Yeah, but I'm hoping for it.
I mean, I know, I get that that's what you're hoping for, but I kind of am starting to think maybe that's not going to happen at all. Oh no, 18
we had to smell his breath. He eats poop, so that's actually really bad.
Well, it should be really bad. It didn't actually do much damage.
We're doing, like, ass craps of damage. We didn't kill it, but still. What does plant shock look like? Have I used that?
Yeah, I don't know. Have you used it?
I don't know. Have now. It wasn't really all that shocking.
Well, maybe it's like plant shock is you hit them with plants and then they go into shock.
Maybe? But you could probably hit them with anything and then there's a chance of going into shock. It's mean to hit people.
I suppose. God, I hope we find the way out of here soon, because this is starting to get to be kind of a pain in the butt.
Do you want to just end it here?
No, I think we should at least find a save point if we're going to do that.
So I think this is the loop. So I can just go back to the front.
I guess. And then we'll see if it's saved there, and then we'll
yeah.
Maybe do this another day or something.
Yeah, I might do some grinding off camera.
Yeah, well, don't push too far forward.
Yeah, no, it's mostly just so I can access some more evolutions. I'll see what it is that I need to do.
Alright. It's starting to get confusing because you've got the same Digimon on your team as the enemies have right now.
That was a critical? Fuck.
I always liked that about the original Digimon world, where none of the enemies were acquirable Digimon except the bosses that could join your city.
Yeah, that was cool. But then at the same time, almost everything had at least one recolor.
Well, that was the trick, was everything.
Yeah, the enemies were the recolors.
It was an enemy.
Yeah, like that made it a little less interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. And then there were a handful of Digimon that you could get that came to the city that were not acquirable at all through, like, almost any means.
Yeah, but they were always the weird ones.
And then you got a handful that you could get that were enemies that you could totally beat up, and then you didn't have the recolor that would join the city or anything like that. Like, there were a handful of those. That game was really weird and very interesting, but then also terrible at the same time.
The game was very prototype.
Yeah, I think we agreed when we were playing it that game basically felt like a prototype for another game that never came out.
Yeah. Like, it kind of looked like a series of ideas thrown together in a brainstorming session that they then tried their best to connect.
Yeah, maybe a little bit like that.
Which I think is true of most Digimon. Like, we've said this before, it's like there seems to be a struggle between different creators trying to go in their own way. But there's also like, oh, well, here's stuff from the previous series, we're going to put that in, flesh it out. But then we got this, and we got this. It's like, I don't know, throw it all in.
I think if the remake of Digimon World comes out in the US, because it's already out in Japan, and apparently it's okay. It's not super amazing, but it's not super terrible either. It's a very faithful remake of the original game, except it's open world. It's on Vita. If it comes out here in the US and it's compatible, I think we should definitely think about getting a Vita TV, and then possibly that, because I think we can record off of a Vita TV.
Like, just inherently? Like, it'll just do it itself?
A Vita TV is a little box. We could plug it in, and then we could plug it into the Elgato.
Okay, I thought you meant, like, I know the PS4 has, like, a streaming thing in it.
Not that way. That's not what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, so if that game comes out, maybe we'll like do something like that. But I don't know. We definitely have some games that we could possibly think about doing for the channel, but I think for the time being we should only stick with this, and we'll do this for a while before we really start to think about doing it.
Well, if people have games that they'd like to suggest to us, or they want to confirm, yes, I want to see that, just leave us some comments. I love getting feedback, even if I don't necessarily respond to it. By the way, the YouTube channel is Josh's, not mine, so if you see responses there, that's him. If you see responses on Tumblr, that's me. But just, I love getting feedback to know that I'm not just shouting into the void. Because I do a lot of that. Most of the build-up for my follower base on Popkas just came from me just posting over and over and over, one a day, just being like, here's a Pokemon, here's its name, and those were the tags. So then people would just be looking in the tags for those. And then eventually it became other things as well. Curiously enough, it was Digimon that really kind of skyrocketed my like presence on the internet, was that people just loved it when I started doing Digimon stuff. But anyways, it's like I just shout into the void, and people are also in the void, and they hear and they sort of like gravitate towards whatever the hell I'm saying. So like I never know if I'm doing anything right. So I love the feedback. If I don't respond to it, assume I've still read it. And either like it or kind of shrug and be like, well, I do something terrible, but I have reasons for it. Or I do something terrible and not realize and I fix it. So it's just nice. What am I doing here? Menu.
So we were talking a few episodes ago about the fact that you're going to do Dinosaur... I almost said Dinosaur Planet. Oh my god.
Yeah. We're going to wind up having to.
Oh god.
6?
Yeah, 6 please.
Oh god, it won't give us a 6.
Okay, then go back up to 1, and I guess we're starting over from there.
Yeah.
Wow, 5 slots, and that's
Well, maybe we just don't have enough space in this memory card.
No, no. Because even then, I think it would have given you the option to have gone down. I want to say it's entirely self-contained saves within this.
Well, it still makes sense to put a cap on it, because there's a limit to madness.
But we're doing Dinosaur King after... Well, you're doing Dinosaur King for Popkas, and it's going to be the write-up. Are we going to do Metabots after that?
I think so, because Josh bought like the first season DVD for Metabots, so he really wants us to do it.
I had to buy it because it is not on Netflix or Hulu, and I have been sitting on that DVD for like a solid year.
Yes, we can do Metabots, but I've been sitting on Dinosaur King since I started doing these.
I know, and I'm aware, and that's why we're going to do Dinosaur King.
Yeah.
I want you to see Metabots.
I know, we'll see it.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll probably go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's been a while.
Yeah, so is this going to be a we'll see you next time?
I think so.
Okay. See you guys next time.
See ya. And I'm gonna repeat it again. If you want a, like, OC of one of those black dog things in a hat, leave me a comment. At least the first person will get one. Maybe more if I get a lot. I don't know.
Alright, goodbye.
With Digi-Will and Digivice in hand, there's a Digi-Dynamic force in Digiland. When the Digi-Past, Digi-Present collide, time to Digi-Side.